Is Kennings Cairn, which is about 14k from this intersection. On the left-hand side, you should have some spectacular views of the escarpments as we travel through.
Cairn, out over the desert as it heads, Canning Stock Route heads south down there, and we're halfway up the slope to Canning's Cairn, which is right up on the top by yon tree. Just can't see the peak, but it's up there by that tree. Here at Canning's Cairn, see the peak right up on the top there. Canning tree around from the cairn, and Leith's probably standing near the cairn, right up on top of the escarpment. There they are. Stands on that edge, you probably go over with the whole lot of the rock. Shown on the tree, well 15, 20 miles to the left, well 17, 20 miles to the right. Somebody's put good H2O, 797 or 798. And the desert gum. There's a lizard on the end of the post there, and some of the posts that made up the fence around the well itself. There's the ruins of the well, ruins of the winding gear, and the trough running straight out in front of us. Well 16 on the Canning Stock Route. A lizard coming up to see what it's all about. Just tickle the back of his neck.
Oh, he wouldn't even let me get near.
Are the most complete well fences left on the stock route, with a number of posts that are still there, and the troughing and the protective fence over the trough. This trolley, or what's left of it, and he abandoned it here in his first attempt to drag it up the stock route. Murray Rankin's trolley, it's north of well 15 on the Canning on Friday the 14th of August. Part of the old troughing and the protective timber work. One of the old corner posts of the well and the restored well. Group came up here last month, July 98, and restored this well. And that's it. There's nothing else here. Well 15 reconstruction party, July 1998. And it lists the 8 people and 4 acknowledgements. To well 14. Well, they're loaded. Ever southward down the Canning Stock Route, we're now at well 14, where we camped on our last journey down and met the Flying Frenchman, Jean Bedot, world rally champion. There's the trough, the caved in well at the end of the trough. That's all that remains of well. Where the Frenchman sailed through, we'll see how we go. Oh, we made that one. Get another one in front of us as we slide our way down this very bumpy...
Well, when the Frenchman went over and couldn't take the corner.
That's right, Bob. We're over, Gordon.
I went straight through.
Straight over, he did.
Actually a Toyota. That's another memento on the stock route. Somebody's had to walk the rest of the way, but that got real hot, bud. Look at that one. You can attach the next one.
2 Sandals.
It's down on the southern slope.
We're out of it.
Out across the spinifex into this beautiful sunlit morning, not a cloud in the sky. Wonder what it's like to see raining, eh? 48k since we broke camp this morning, an hour and a half or more ago. We're now at well 11. Arrived in at well 11, just having a quick leg stretch. There's the remains of the well. Usual hole in the ground, some of the form structure that built over the troughs to protect them from the cattle, and that's it, well 11. side of Aerodrome Lake. Great white expanse of salt. Spectacles. 5 or 6 years ago when we got stuck in the sand, I was towing someone else out of the sand.
Shimmer across the lake.
Yes, you'll see the shimmer, can't you see it? That's a real good picture of that shimmer, isn't it? Looks like great cliffs over there. Aerodrome Lake from journey along the side of it. Yes, quite a picture this morning in this bright sunlight. Down the edge of the lake. Looking over the water, Aerodrome Lake. On their way around, yet another part of the shore of the lake. It's been burnt over the last year or two. Red desert sand and a little bit of rejuvenation of the regrowth of the spinifex, and the reshooting of these desert shrubs.
It's not one, isn't it?
Big old fella, that one on the left, yes. Oh, she's a steep one. Up and over, oh, it's a salt pan, a clay pan. Not a salt lake, a clay pan. The southern end of the stock route. Some of the old timber work protected the drinking trough, still there. And at least looking down what's left of the old well. One of the shallower wells on the stock route was only 8 foot 6 deep. Very brackish water in this saltish clay pan. The next well down the Canning stock route. This is what remains of well 10. Some of the troughing, woodwork covering the trough, and the collapsed well at the end. One of the deep wells, 79 feet deep. All pieces of timber. 3 various sections. One of the old well buckets behind. The winding gears are all gone except for one handle leaning on the bucket. Some of the fence rails around the well itself. Pretty dusty. The country's drying out after the heavy rain. Canning stock route between wells 10 and well 9. Dark reminder of the dangers of overgrazing in this country. One, but Weld Fort. That's the plaque reads. Weld Springs, Camp 46, named in honour of Governor Weld by John Forrest. Hut built as defence against hostile Aborigines, erected by the Geraldton Historical Society in September 1974. And we continue on our way past well 9 down towards well 8 on the Canning Stock Road. It springs tonight. And there's the Jimmy wheel, Jimmy bar, some of the old framework. Well 8 on the Canning stock route. We're now going down to well 7. There's the sign, CSR. It's the framework over the trough, or what was the trough, on well 8. Pretty well preserved at this stage. It's a different sight today to what it would have been a fortnight ago. A lot of these wheel ruts there are only shallow to some we've had. Well 7 on the Canning timberwork. And a hole in the ground, but this well has very good water, about 5 metres down. It's collapsed. Very thickly timbered. The well, timber's collapsed, but I'm standing on an ant's nest, so I'm going to keep moving. Well, not pussy in the well.
You want a hand up?
Now he's got to come back up again.
Mind the ants.
Mind the
Standing
hand.
on the 18th of August, around about 8 o'clock. Camped last night at PS Springs. PS Springs was once a beautiful camping spot. Now virtually destroyed, you might say. The only thing that's left the trees, it's just dust and dirt. It's been over-camped and not maintained. This is the restored well at PS Springs. One of the first to be restored on the stock route, well number 6. Nicely done. Part of the old trough, or the old timber work that was part of the trough at PS Springs. That are PS Springs. Had a bad fire in that end recently and it's destroyed quite a number of the beautiful trees. Here they are still as beautiful as ever, but unfortunately the ground cover's gone. It's just black dust. A real oasis in the desert. Needs restoration work, needs supervision, needs to be maintained. Well, number 6 on the southern end of the Canning stock route.
Left out to the Granite Peak homestead, which is about 35k. Whole trip today into Wiluna is about 266.
Trevor with his good morning call.
I must remark though, today I've heard the saying of, or the phrase of all phrases. Celia has skyrocketed up my ladder of appreciation of women. She made the classic comment, I think I've brought too many clothes.
You're a gay man, Trevor, when you're in another car.
I'll actually recorrect it. Next time I come, I won't bring as many.
After having categorically stated she would never come again.
Well, at least she said next time I come. About a week ago, she was never coming again, so life is improving.
Continue our journey down to Well 5 and exit towards or through Granite Peak Station. Another cloudless, sunny day. A little bit of wind last night, not unbearable, on the stock route, 1998. Bit squelchy, June, a little bit squelchy. That's what the Canning stock route's all about this year. There's a reflection in the water. See the Jeep travelling along upside down. Perhaps we better not go through it, we'll go round. The Bulldust on the clay pens. Oh, look at the thick Bulldust there. It's the heaviest Bulldust we've seen. Morning. 16th of August. We're at Well 5, which is, for us, the end of the Canning stock route for this year. The remains of the old well. Well, all that remains of his 107-foot deep well, which they dug by hand through solid stone. 5, of course, is where we depart from the Canning stock route, from the Canning well system, created in the early 1900s. Some of the Bulldust tour party for 1998 congregated on the spoil heap where they dug out. We're not like sheep, they don't follow each other, they just go in all different directions. They look no different to what they looked 3.5 weeks ago when we left home. Clothes were exactly the same, washed them every day. Everyone's spick and span, all clean shaven, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
The picture. I'm waiting for him to turn around and show off his beard.
Me mate Trevor, beard good?
Well, I can't get in close because I can't work out how to zoom.
You don't zoom, no don't do that, that blows everything up.
Oh, all right. Well, I've got you and the beard.
Walk in close.
Okay?
Camera and all, right.
Sorry.
Move in a bit.
Yours is so different to mine, and I
East of the stock route.
I'm looking for my rock hole out on it.
On Granite Peak Station. On our way out to the Gun Barrel Highway en route to Wiluna. Very pretty spot. The desert gums you find around all the water courses and water holes in the desert. Spriggs Pool. A pretty place. On the road from Narrated, Glen Isle and Granite Peak Station. It looks a little bit worse from the muddy bend.
Specifically camouflaged in Bulldust. That is described as a moving termite hill.
We've just come through the other side of said termite hill. The road into Wiluna, not yet the Gun Barrel Highway. Last 35 k's into Wiluna on the famous Gun Barrel Highway. Into the Gun Barrel Highway. Now 15k southeast of Wiluna. We're directed to come and have a look at this lake, very scenic lake, fringed with desert gums. Quite a large expanse and a very picturesque sight in the late afternoon sunshine on Monday.
It hints in everybody's voice there's a bit of sadness. We look forward to travelling with the whole group through to Meekatharra. Unfortunately, a couple of members are off on another adventure after this. And we're sure to wish them the best and see them in the future. today. Nice and leisurely drive, a lovely day. I think that's one of the things I'll remember from being up here, is the weather's been absolutely fantastic. Overall, that's over and out from the pace car at the front. We'll be driving at a very leisurely pace today. Just taking the countryside for one last time. Please open your nostrils and take a last big suck into that Bulldust. Might be a little while before you experience that again.
Thank you, Trevor, for those opening remarks and a farewell salute. Yes, we've just left Wiluna on our way to Meekatharra, south to Mount Magnet, and then down towards Woburn and Northern. About 750 k's today for us. The gravel roads, fairly good order.